Doug.
And I'm Cathy.
And this is Maggie Mae. Join us as we follow the moon. Today we are in South Lake Tahoe, California, just across the Nevada border. And we're staying at an Encore Park, Tahoe Valley Campground. We want to show you around this beautiful park and let you see what it's like to stay here.
Come along.
Now, it's real easy getting in here. We're going to show you the preferred way of getting into the park. GPS ran us in on 4th Street, which isn't a problem, but we'll show you a better way. The park's laid out in 4 loops, and we'll start in the lower right, and we'll work ourselves around. So we've actually just passed 4th Street back there. We're going to continue on through South Lake Tahoe to the next major intersection. Big traffic light, big intersection. This is really the main intersection in town. We'll let some of those cars get out of the way there for us. We'll go ahead and make our turn. And as we round the corner, we're going to go up to B Street. And it'll be real easy to find B Street because on that corner is a big sign for Encore Tahoe Valley.
There you go. Can't miss that.
Much easier than how we came in. We'll come back 1 block. This will bring us from B Street on up to Melba Street. And that's the address of the park.
And again, another sign.
Very well marked. You have no issues with any limbs or wires or anything coming in this way too. Again, we go 1 block. You can see the park over there now on the left. And this will actually come up to the corner of Melba and C Street. C is a through street that goes right on into the park, so be sure to honor the stop sign there because the other way doesn't. And you'll definitely know you've made it to the park when you see that over the road.
Yep.
And the bear waving at you, which bears are another story we'll talk about in this video.
Yeah, strong theme.
There are bears in the park. There's been, in the week that we were there, 3 or 4 sightings of mama bear and 2 cubs shinnying down out of the trees in the evening over by the dog park and going out on the prowl. They've examined a couple of RVs, we understand. So just keep things secure, picked up. Don't leave food outside.
Absolutely.
Now, when you come back here to the main intersection in the park, you'll see check-in there is at noon. It is enforced at noon. And you'll see their general store, which is appropriately called the Bare Necessities. The end of that building has the laundry.
And that is so nice.
There's only 1 laundry for the park, but it's huge and very well taken care of. And we're going to take a minute while we're right here and show you some of the fun amenities because they're all located right here behind the general store. They have air and propane. They have cornhole, basketball courts. They have a great little picnic area there right behind the general store. Beautiful pool. And it was busy while we were here.
Yes, it was.
Tetherball, swings, playground equipment.
They've got it all.
Yeah, beautiful. And that's just a U-shaped loop behind that general store. So
it's not open to traffic either.
Right. If you're going to have kids playing there, it's great for it.
Yeah.
Tennis and pickleball courts, volleyball, and a couple of things you don't find in just every park.
Oh, I just love this.
This hill is for sledding, but you can tell the bikes have been being used on it too. And it's a pretty good size hill back
Yes, it
there.
is.
That's looking back towards the playground area.
And what we count, 4 or 5 ways of sliding down.
Yeah.
That one is a long ways.
Now this is
Goes
the
down to the
back side of
river.
the hill, and that back side of the hill is a nature path that goes down to the river.
We haven't seen the river.
No, we haven't. But it's
It
a
is
good looking
so-
path. We
it
just
is
have never made it back
beautiful,
there yet.
yeah. Just standing at the top was a beautiful view.
That's right. So we're back now in front of the general store. We're going to turn to the right. We're going to start on the map what was in the lower right hand corner. Let's start at that loop first. We're just going to do one drive around these loops. They all have 2 rings, an inner ring and an outer ring. We're going to take you just around one ring at each one so you can see what these loops all look like.
I don't think that there is a bad spot in this park.
No. Now, I will tell you, this is after Labor Day weekend. It's the middle of September. During the week, it was pretty open. The weekends got pretty busy.
Yes, it did.
So this was filmed on a weekday, I believe a Thursday. And so there's a little bit more space in the park. But come Friday afternoon, the place really fills up.
In a fun way.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And this was one of the most fun parks. We saw more kids out playing basketball and using these amenities than I have in just about any other park. Lots of groups traveling together too, we noticed.
And for this time of year, the weather was just amazing.
Oh, it was. It was low to mid 70s every day. It did get down to 40 and upper 30s a few of the nights, but it warmed right back up the next day. And the skies were like that every day.
Yeah.
Now, outside of that loop, we're going to come a short ways down here, and they have an area on the map that is called group camping. And it's this area back here. They've got big areas with that you can have your campfires with all kinds of seating around it. If you're traveling in a group, you can reserve that area. Now we're going to go around the next loop, which would be the loop in the upper right-hand corner of the map. Looks much the same. There are a lot of trees. They are trimmed way up. No problems with limbs. Just be careful backing into your spaces, but the trees are not, from what we saw, not too much of a hazard.
Yeah.
They've been taken care of the way they should be for an RV park. It's kind of a rustic park. The roads are all blacktop. They're really nice. They are a little bit more rustic looking sites. There are 30 amp and 50 amp. We were actually in a 30 amp site, but as cool as what it was at, it was not a biggie.
It was perfect weather for that.
But they are, I think, all but the tent sites and maybe a handful of sites, they're all full hookup. Even the 30 amp and 50 amps are all full hookup. Picnic tables on the sites, fire rings on the sites. Just everything you need to make a nice, relaxing camp.
Yeah, it was great.
And this whole area, this is our first time around Lake Tahoe, and it's all pretty relaxed, pretty laid back area. So this campground fits in just beautiful. Now all those amenities, the tennis courts and everything that we showed you earlier were actually over here on our right. And we're going to come out of this loop and come back up towards the middle of the park. That old fire truck there, I thought was really cool.
Yeah, that was neat.
And it's painted up with the Lake Tahoe Valley Campground on it.
Yeah.
Now we're back to the general store there.
The bare necessities.
On the left is another big campfire ring.
Oh, and that was nice.
And this is their summer event area. They've got a food truck, they've got shade canopies, and they've actually got a stage up there where they'll do music and performances. Now we're going to go towards the lower left loop, and that's where the dump station is. We're just going to make a turn here and get ourselves back on track going around the dump station. There are dumpsters all over. They are bear-proof dumpsters. This was a nice loop. This loop here I know had a good many 50 amp sites in it. I will say, being a Trails Collection Plus member, when we booked our reservation, we could only get a 30 amp. And there were a lot of empty 50 amps when I filmed this.
Yeah.
But by the weekend, those empty 50 amps were already full. So, they...
And it really didn't affect us.
No.
If it'd been hotter,
Yeah. But no, the weather was perfect. The air conditioners hardly ran as it was.
Yeah. When they did, it was from our heater. The heater was warming it
And
up
the
so
fireplace
nicely.
is on.
Yeah.
Now this is along the very front edge of that, and this is where their dog run is. So we're going to take a stop here and show you the dog run.
This was huge.
For what it lacked in grass, it made up for in area. It was enormous.
And there was grass at the back.
Yes. And there were quite a few dogs that frequented that. Maggie made some friends down
She
there.
sure did.
This is actually coming along that front fence where we were looking at the park when we were driving in. And in this area is where all their cabins are.
Yeah, if you're there and you have family that wants to come visit, you've got the perfect spot.
I think every single cabin was full over the weekend.
Yep. And they were cute.
Yeah. Now each of these loops does have its own bathhouse. The one that we just passed there for this front loop was a building that had 6 separate bathrooms.
Yeah.
2 were just bathrooms, the other 4 were showers and bathrooms. So they were all completely private, great for families. The other ones, I believe, were all just like regular shower houses, like this one. This is the one that was in our loop. And this is what it looked like inside. It's an older one, but it's had the Thousand Trails remodeled onto it.
Yeah, it was nice.
Only complaint, it only had 1 shower. So you did kind of have to work your time. But that was a handicapped accessible shower at that. It was huge. And we'll come on back around this lane, and this is where we had parked over here on the right. This is what our site looked like. We actually had 2 picnic tables. And the hookups were nice, modern, and they were all in one spot, cemented in a pad together. So
It doesn't get better than that.
that's right. The electrical box right there, 30 amp. Water and sewer around on the back side of that.
And I think that was cable there on it.
Yes, that's right. It did have cable. We didn't hook up to it because we still had tons of channels without it. Internet, Verizon was okay. T-Mobile was about non-existent. So just keep that in mind. The park does have pay-for Wi-Fi. This is the 4th loop, and we're just going to finish our drive here around this loop. But yeah, they're beautiful sights. Just about everyone is in the shade, which also helps if you're on a 30M. You can certainly understand driving through this why this is definitely one of the most popular RV parks in South Lake Tahoe. And that's our 4 loops. Right straight ahead will take us to our exit. So Cathy, what did you think about staying at Tahoe Valley Campground?
This has been great. I love this place.
It really is a nice blend of rustic and all the amenities. And it's in a super location. It's really close to anything in South Lake Tahoe. And it's as central as anything else going around the lake.
The nature is fabulous.
I only had one thing that I heard while we were here that would make me not want to stay here the next time. And that was what people pay for this place.
Oh yeah.
That are not Thousand Trails, Trails Collection, or Trails Collection Plus members.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can pay for a camping pass in a couple of nights. So one thing that I would certainly suggest you do, get on the phone, type an email, get a hold of our friends Warren and Sharon Lewis. And if you want to come here for 2 or 3 nights, great, but that would open you up to being able to stay anywhere in the southwestern United States.
That's right.
So give them a call and see how you can bring your camping budget under control. With that, if you've enjoyed our video today, leave us a thumbs up. We sure appreciate it. And if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, please subscribe and ring the notification bell. That way you'll know when all of our videos come out every Monday and every Friday.
And thank you for following us as we follow the moon.
Thanks for watching today.
If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel.
And be sure to ring the notification bell so you'll know when new videos come out.
Don't forget to follow us on social media too.